Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of K&M After Dark. I'm one of your hosts, Kyle Walker.
And I'm Kayla Knight.
And today we're going to get into the very popular question, is having sex before marriage good for the relationship or bad? We polled tons of people. We asked the questions, what do you want us to talk about in today's episode? That is the question. 1, does premarital sex help or hurt the average relationship? And what are our viewpoints on that? So without further ado, I'm going to send the question straight to my co-host here, the beautiful Kayla Knight. Do you think having sex before marriage helps or hurts a relationship?
I think this is a tough question. Yikes.
I need you to give me a yes, why, or no, why, and we'll let the people decide.
So I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Does not hurt to have sex before marriage.
Okay.
And I say that because you hear more often people already having sex before their marriage than waiting. There's only a select few people that have truly waited until after marriage. And that's not to say that their relationship was better than the people who waited. Right. There's probably some successful marriages that had sex before. And if anything, I feel like having sex before marriage, you at least know what you're going to have for the rest of your life.
Okay.
And, so you don't want to wait until after marriage and find out it's all bad.
Okay.
Everything. Like, I'm talking about size and how it is. And what if y'all just don't mesh in the bed? And that's your husband. You gonna divorce him?
So my answer, it's painful. Mom and dad, I'm sorry. I'm gonna also say no. I know that, religiously, traditionally, we are supposed to wait to have sex until marriage. I'm not telling young folk out there to go do this. I'm not advocating for it. I've always been told the two main reasons people get a divorce are finances and they are physically not compatible. We always hear that, I'm not saying you should sleep with everybody, but I agree with you. I would like to know the chemistry that you have before getting into the relationship. I'm not saying that if you wait, you can't build that chemistry. I just think that, and again, this is the millennial in me, I would just say that I think you have more to lose waiting for the marriage, trying to work it out, and then just not being able to. I do not believe everyone is physically compatible. And I do not believe that all sexual relationships are healthy. So you may be in a situation where if you do have sex before marriage, you may realize, for one, we're not physically compatible, or two, this person does not have a healthy self-relationship, and which plays out into their physical well-being. Another thing that I don't think is important, or I think is important, and I don't want you to miss, is although sex before marriage can cause, premarital pregnancy, STDs, we don't want to promote any of that. I do, however, think it shows you a little bit about how the person is. If someone, that's all they want, that's a red flag. Or if their personality that they take on in the bedroom is not what you want to see.
Right.
They are into things that are not compatible with you. I would love for that to come out before I walk down the aisle. We link up as one, because I would hate to have kids down the road, finances linked together, and because we just aren't physically compatible, we grow apart over time, and that causes stress on the family.
However, I have heard that waiting until after marriage makes the experience something inexperienceable, like something that a lot of people don't know what that feels like. I heard that the connection that you have built is so strong up into that marriage that you don't really hear the sex being bad or the love making being bad after that. Because you've taken the time to love every single other part of them, and then you are spiritually connected. Your souls are then tied after you tied the knot. Like literally, I've heard that it's something you should do. The wait.
I have heard that you can build a connection without sex, so the sex is greater. I have heard that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do stand by what I said personally. Again, I don't speak for all men. I just personally do believe that I would like to know just a teeny bit. I'm not saying you need to have an over-sexual relationship. I'm not saying you have to do a bunch of things, but I would like to know how our chemistry is before walking down the aisle physically.
Well, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Could you have challenged yourself? We are not engaged yet. We're just dating. But we plan on being engaged. We plan on being married. So, my question is, could you have challenged yourself to wait until at least we were engaged to have the sex? So the whole time we're dating, whether that's a year, 2 years, 3 years, up until the engagement, could you wait that long? And then if it's not good, cancel the engagement instead of getting all the way to marriage and then divorcing me?
Well, I feel like if we've been dating for years and I propose to you, I love you no matter what. And even if we have one sexual experience that's not good, that doesn't mean they're going to all be bad. It does take time to learn your spouse in most cases.
Very true.
So I wouldn't anticipate the very first experience being amazing. I would anticipate having to get to learn you a little bit. I could have challenged myself to do that. That wouldn't have been something outside of my means to have done. But I will say, I don't want one of the reasons why I want to get engaged or get married is because I'm eager to have sex. Right. I don't want that in the back of my mind. Like, I like her. I see lots of green flags. I really want to have sex. She's waiting to get married. Let's propose. I know that seems shallow, but I do know people who have been prompted to propose because they were waiting and they really wanted to have sex. Again, not speaking for all men. That's just my point. And I'm actually going to throw the question back at you. Do you think that it could have been something that you could have done? You could have waited till being at least engaged before having sex?
Yes, I could have. And the only reason why I say that is because there's other ways to be intimate. There's other ways to feel fulfilled sexually between the two of you without having intercourse. You know, I feel like there's other ways, not even just like, orally,
Right.
You can do things to make that urge, suffice until the engagement when you can finally go all the way. Okay. I'm not saying tease each other, but there are intimate things that I feel like would work.
Okay. That's awesome. Guys, hit the subscribe button for more conversations like this. Hit the comments. Let us know what you think. Is it okay to have sex before marriage? Does it hurt the relationship to not do so? We would love to know what you guys think. Thank you for watching another episode of K&M After Dark. I will see you later. Goodbye, beautiful people.
Goodbye.